Okay, I'm Ethan. Today I'm going to be doing crime at 4E, where you demonstrate Scholar's Mate and Fool's Mate. Starting out with Fool's Mate, you're able to do this when your opponent mistakenly opens up their side. So I'm going to start out with a standard opening move. Say black moves their pawn forwards like that. Say white side just moves out their knight. And then let's say black moves their pawn up to here. So at this point, white side can move their queen here, and that's a checkmate on the black side because they can't move any of their pieces to get out of it. Okay, so then there's a little bit more complicated version of that called the Scholar's Mate. So the principle of that is to get the queen to this square and be protected by your bishop, so that way that the king can't take it and the king can't escape. So start off with classic opening moves on both sides. Let's say they both move their bishop out, and the white side's moving their bishop here so that it's able to protect the queen when they go there. Now let's say white moves their queen here, and black maybe moves their knight here to try and get the queen to go away to attack it. But at this point, white side can take this pawn, and that's the Scholar's Mate. Okay, now I want to do requirement 5C. So setting up king on E1. White king on E1, white rooks on A1 and H1. And the black king goes on E5. So whenever you have two rooks left and the other side doesn't really have any pieces, you want to use a strategy where you kind of alternate the rooks taking up spaces. So basically you want to have them on alternate things. So we'll start off by just moving the rook right here. And so it doesn't really matter what the black king does at this point. I guess maybe he'll try and go forwards. So then the white side would move their rook here. And so now because of this rook, the king can't go this way, and it can't stay in this lane, so it has to go back. Let's say it goes diagonal maybe to try and get that rook in the future. So now white side would advance this rook. So now he's in check. He has to move backwards, can't move forwards. Say it goes diagonally again. So now you want to move the rook up. And so again, he can't move backwards, has to move forwards. So now, if he goes diagonal again, this is the one problem with this method, is that now he can take it. So, but all you have to do whenever he does this is move the rook onto the same point. So he can't take it. He can't move here or here. And he can't move to any of those spaces. So he has to either move backwards here or right. Probably move right. Just delaying at that point. And then the white move the rook up. King has to move backwards onto the last row. And it doesn't really matter at that point. And then finally move the rook forwards, and it's a checkmate.